Tuesday, what's up Wednesday? How's it going Thursday? From Friday and Saturday and Sunday, it's a weekend update.
Hey guys, what's up? My name is R.D.Tiirous, and I'm with,
Treasa.
and we are Walking Produce, and we are basically about to do our first podcast one-on-one, just us two together. Fingers crossed.
That you survive, I know.
Yeah, I'm praying to God I survive.
So, the podcast today is going to be on our upbringing and how maybe that has affected where we want to be in life and the paths we're choosing to take because, neither of us want to live a traditional life. Neither of us really want to work, let's say, 9 to 5s for the rest of our lives. So,
Yeah.
why is that? And where do we come from? And why do we think that we're like that, I guess?
Yeah, pretty much it. I just don't really want to be in a cubicle for like 30 more years and then retire and then get put in a home and then die.
Have you ever worked in a cubicle?
No. But if you're old enough, there's something called the F cat. When we used to take the F cat, they used to put these little dividers. And so it was like a little cubicle, and I hated it. I was like, no, this is what life is as an adult. Can't do it.
Yeah, well, I've taken the FCAT. I haven't had the same experience. I feel like I don't remember that. Or maybe I loved the cubicle. I don't know. I have worked in a cubicle and I personally loved it. I don't want to do it for the rest of my life, but I personally thoroughly enjoyed cubicle life.
What is it that you love about the cubicle life? I don't get it.
I feel like I liked it because it was the only job I ever had where no, it's not the only job. It's not at all. The job I had before that, I had my own desk in space, but I shared an office where, no, I totally had my own space. I don't know why the cubicle just felt like it was the only time I ever had my own space in a job. Everywhere else, I worked a lot in retail. I'm currently a flight attendant, so we don't really have our own space.
I am terrified of the cubicle. I get claustrophobic just thinking about it. From my upbringing, my mom didn't have such a, 9 to 5 type of job. Where she came from, which is Haiti. And she always did some cool stuff. And I was always like, okay, do I really want to just be the boring one or just be the one that conforms? But maybe that's it. I honestly think the 9 to 5 is great based on what you want in life. If you just want to own one house and pay your bills and live, just work, weekend, go out, come back, work for 5 more days, and go ahead. But I just don't see the happiness in that.
Same. One thing that has really became something that I actually like is the fact that for the longest time now, I've never really lived my life based on weekends. It doesn't matter if it's a Tuesday or a Friday, they're the same to me. And I can do the same thing on a Tuesday as I can do on a Friday. I just have to take advantage of the days that I have available when I have them. And so when people are very set in their ways and they only want to do certain things on certain days of the week, that I can't comprehend. And honestly, I cherish having a random Wednesday off. There's less people out and about and it's just nice.
Yeah, I purposely take a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off. Cause the more you go out, it's gonna sound like an old person saying this, but the more you go out, the more money you waste. The more money you waste, the more you gotta work. And it's okay, I could go out every weekend, or I could just go to work and focus on my dreams. And I have 3 days off, which is the weekdays. The weekdays. I could get more stuff done. I could go to the bank. I could go to the beach. And I'm walking away from that phase where it's clubbing is the thing. Now it's I want to fly to New York as much as possible.
Oh, why would that be?
My girlfriend's in there.
You're such a weirdo.
Did you like that setup?
Yeah.
No, but I feel 9 to 5s are great for people who are the first step in their generation, or the first step toward their family getting some wealth or ownership. But If your parents
Or
own something,
people that just don't have any. Some people, they're happy, like they don't have any need for a creative outlet.
yeah, and honestly, that's okay. And if that's a person you want to be, and you're like I have a friend at work. He could have been a cop, like his dad, or like I forgot what his brother is. But he said that literally he'd much rather be at work than do any of those stuff because like he's making honest money. He has a goal to get a house and retire from that job, and he feels like it's safer for him to be like in a position like that. He already knows what he has to do every day. He just comes in, does his thing, and then just gets out. And I understand because he makes great money and he's not stressed all the time. And, it's second nature when you do it for so long. So I get it.
But then, when did you decide that you wanted to do something different? When did you decide that you wanted to be in music?
I always tell the same story. Further back than that. Let's start from the beginning. So growing up in Haiti, or just as a child in Haiti, you see a lot of people, similar skin tones, similar hairstyles, similar, body shape and all that stuff. But like, there's this guy named Black Alex. He was like a rapper, and there's other people named Shashu Boys. I know the word sounds weird, but it's not weird. But the way they embodied their pride in being who they were, they're like borderline. I don't know how to say this, but they're very toned, much like I am, but like darker than me, and like
Wait,
as a little
like fit?
no, like skin shade or skin tone, and
Oh,
so like I seen them, and I seen how comfortable they were, and how happy they were, just being creative, and everybody around them seemed like they were like borderline gods, and I was like, well, even though I'm not in it for the women, but they're comfortable. They don't have to go and work at a bureau. They don't have to wear a suit all the time. And they get to literally say whatever they want in music and express themselves, and the world automatically relates to them because everybody feels how they feel. And that was my moment. I was like, okay, music is my thing. We're going to just go for it.
but are you sure you weren't in it for the women?
It was an 80-20. The women were 20, but I was
And then,
super young.
when did you first tell people that you wanted to be a musician? This is a
Um,
really good story, so
yeah.
it needs to be shared.
No, that's not fair. You have prior knowledge. That's not fair. But I was juggling the idea. Then we came to America. And so between like learning English, learning the ways of America. So the first like year or two, or maybe 3 or 4, I was never like focused into music. I was more focused on learning English or learning everything about it. But one day my teacher was like, everybody write what you want to be when you grow up, and they will all read it. And so I wrote I wrote RAPER, and when I handed my paper in, my teacher gave me like a concerning look, like, is he serious? And I walked away. I thought nothing of it. And so my teacher's reading. The girls are like, a ballerina, a dancer, a doctor, a psychologist. And then she's like, Roosevelt, you want to be a raper? I was like, I forgot the other P. It's two P's in rapper. But lesson learned. I didn't want to be a raper. I had to, convince her, no, not rape, rap, rape, rap. She eventually got it. No charges were pressed. But I'm glad you, I'm glad you were, you forced me to share that story. How about you? When did you decide that you first wanted to pursue into creative aspects of your life and not just settle for a cubicle?
I think I always grew up knowing that I didn't want to have a normal job. I wanted to own my own business or something like that. I started out for like the first 15 years of my life being a ballerina or a dancer.
Wow.
I dance at a very small studio, but from there, I got into sewing when I was probably about 10. And my mom said, "You can't be a dancer, that's not a real job." So I said, "Fine, I'll be a fashion designer." And then she said, "You can't be a fashion designer, that's not a real job." And I pretty much said, "I don't care. I'm going to do it anyways." And from that point forward, I never really wavered.
Yeah, honestly, I think yours take a little bit more courage than mine did because mine I was like, okay, I want music. Mom was like, okay, let's see what happens. Go for it. But for you to have the courage to just stand up and say, yeah, I'm gonna just do it, pretty tough. Tougher than me. If mom said no, I would have just, okay, I'll be a doctor now.
But from there, then I pursued, um, fashion design for a long time, working for, or like going to school, working a lot of internships, working for really small designers and a lot of startup businesses as well. I even started a couple companies myself and helped some people that I knew start companies and, help them manufacture stuff from China and all different things like that. But I never seemed like none of those things seemed to fully take off. Possibly one of the companies have taken off at this point, but I don't still work with them. Um, but then at the same time, I was always played it safe. So like no one could really, um, tell me what to do because I've always paid my own way for the most part. And I always worked jobs along with pursuing these other things, starting businesses and whatnot. I always did it with the money that I was making from, corporate jobs. And even now, I, went from doing what I thought was my dream job. I did get a job as assistant designer in the town that I lived in and that I really loved and I thought I wanted to live in for the rest of my life. And I absolutely hated my life and I became more depressed than I've ever been. And I feel like it took that for me to realize like this is not what I want at all. Even though I kind of already knew it. I knew since I was a little kid I want to own my own business. I don't want to work for other people. And I just found that being in a creative environment where you're not actually being creative because you just have so many tasks and they're all very like more administrative than actually designing, that it makes it so that you don't even want to design on your free time anymore. So I would rather do a job that has nothing to do with design and just be creative on my free time rather than have all of my creative like energy kind of sucked dry during the day.
I definitely understand. Sometimes in life we just gotta figure out that we want more things than others. And I really, really, really just always gone by that. Like, yes, I'm not the dimmest kid, I guess, or I'm a little bit above average, like a tiny bit. And and I can go far into the business or the cubicle lifestyle, but it's like, okay, what does your soul want? You only get like one chance at this whole life theatrical event. So it's like I rather just take the chances and just keep moving towards something creative, something that have more freedom in the end, than rather just settle for a cubicle. No offense, we know you love your cubicles.
So, what do you do right now to be able to afford your music, your music pursuits?
Ooh, work. Oh baby, I work. So at one point I had two jobs. A lot of points I had two jobs, and it's just because you want to make sure your bills are super secure. Because let's be real, bills exist. and then you want to have a little bit extra for music, or you want to have a lot extra for whatever creative thing you're doing. And with me, usually it's like whatever sounds good or makes sense in my mind, I'm going for it in the pursuit of making more money for my music. I've worked on my brother's business. I've pretty much done almost everything. I think I did Uber Eats. I've literally just whatever the money is at, I'll go get it and then come back and put it into my craft. It's, you know, life of a go getter. I guess. Maybe. How about you? What do you do?
Well, I'm a flight attendant, and even before that, like I just said, I've always had a job to kind of pay for what I'm doing creatively. And then I am always trying to meet other creative people to kind of get inspired, assist them, collaborate, whatnot. I did just slave for the past week making R.D.Tiirous's music video, which we filmed in what? We filmed in like March.
March.
And of course, I'm a major procrastinator, so I put everything else in my life before this video, and now it's due on Monday. So I have not slept in a few days, but everyone seems to be pretty happy with it, and it just needs titles, and then we're all done.
Honestly, she keeps pulling magic tricks out of her hat and just I don't know how she's doing it, but it's working. I can't wait for you guys to see this video. Literally, you should describe the video because I don't know what you did or I don't know how you did it, but this video in a whole different language is still gonna be the best video ever. That might be one of my best videos. This, wow.
It was a really interesting the way we made it because even Joe, who is Thursday on Walking Produce, he was saying, because I showed him the video, he was saying that he was very impressed by the video, mainly because he's seen us making the video because he is not just my brother, but he's also my roommate. And he, we were doing it in our living room with the projector. And he said he could not believe seeing what we were doing, that it came out so well. Because honestly, in the beginning, we were pretty all over the place. Like, we had no idea what we were doing.
We were making props, flags, um, light bulbs, different lightings. It was
Standing on boxes.
kneeling down on the floor,
Yeah.
trying to get the projector right. You pulled it off. I was there in front of the camera, but you made it work. I can't wait for everybody to see everything. The transitions, the effects.
It's a lot more effects than I would have normally thought to do on a video, but in the end, I think it really pulls it together. And it's a music video, like they're supposed to be effect heavy, right?
Yes. Effect, just creative in general. If you need 1,000 effects, 1,000 effects. If you need one giant effect, then one giant effect. As long as it looks creatively well. Like, I love that video. You guys haven't seen it yet, but when you see it,
it's pretty much just because it's weird we're talking about it, but we're not really telling them what it is. So we had the idea to make a video, or I had the idea that I wanted to make a video inspired by Haiti, for specifically for you, not for me, but for Tiirous, using the projector in my living room because we have this giant screen that we project onto in the living room, and I just figured we could bounce lights off it and really make something cool and simple. I was thinking that it should be simple. This got way more elaborate than I ever thought. We had so many different scenes that we were trying to portray, but in the end, it's still fairly simple. But what we did pretty much was he was singing a Haitian song, which is about political state of Haiti. Is that correct?
Correct.
And I don't know 99% of the words because it is 100% in Creole.
100%.
But it is, about Haiti, about the beauty of Haiti, and also the struggle that's currently happening in Haiti. And so we showed documentary footage of both the horrible protests and property damage and just state of Haiti, as well as the nature of Haiti, the people of Haiti, all the beauty in Haiti. And the whole time he was singing this song in front of the projector while we were projecting these images. And then we kind of just wove all of the footage together and kind of aged it a little bit. And yeah, so that's the video. It was a very, very, very simple concept, but for a good reason, because it's not supposed to be flashy. It's supposed to be a simple, beautiful message, and you're really supposed to listen to the words in the song and what it's about if you know how to speak Creole. But hopefully, honestly, because I don't speak Creole. So I'm hoping that even if you don't speak Creole, that it's a really beautiful video. And from what I've heard, people are enjoying it, even if they don't know what the words are, because I feel like you can still get the message without the words. And it probably benefited you that I don't know Creole, because I was trying to get the message across, even though I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah, the contrast in the whole video was amazing. Literally, when you see the little girl laughing, you're gonna laugh with her. When you see the chaos, you're gonna be chaotic. The transitions were great, and it did portray, just to add on to what you're saying, it did portray the up and downs of Haiti, the struggles we're going through. Sometimes gas prices are like the monthly wage, and it's like, how can I pay for gas? What is going on? And so it was Trace's idea for me to write a song and shoot the video while we're in New York. I took that idea and ran with it a little bit, made this awesome song about, just Haiti being Haiti, us being stronger as a people, and just keep moving. And so once I did the concept and I wrote it out in English, the concept, Treasa had the idea with the projector, and it was super dope from then on. Like literally today, I seen the video, and I hanged up and I said, okay, I'm gonna show my brother, and my brother was like, whoa, send me the link. I'm like, it's not even out yet. It's not even perfected yet. Like, this is just the
First draft.
first draft. Imagine when she gets the quality of when she puts the title, when she cleans it up a little. Best video ever. I'll take all the credit for it, but
Yeah, it sounds like so far you're taking all the credit.
yeah, video made by me, shot by me, edited by me. Tracer was there just holding the lamp. But all in all, I'm very thankful about that video. It came out perfect.
So, on that positive note, I was wondering if you wanted to check out. I don't know if you've looked at them so far. I hope you haven't, because I haven't. And I was hoping we could just look at them together. But either way, if you wanted to check out the Instagram questions that everyone sent in, because I think we got quite a few. Have you
Yeah,
looked at them yet, Rose?
No, I haven't checked them out yet. Checking right now.
How do you see them again?
I think you go to messages.
Oh, no, you don't go to messages. You go to, sorry, we did this in the last podcast and I remembered right now. So go to the post that you made, and then it says view responses in the corner.
Oh, nice. We got 14 responses.
No, it says it's been seen by 14 people.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 responses. Where do you want to start?
Let's just start from the very first one, because it's really.
Shout out to Miss Tree 877, great Instagram follower, and I love this question.
This is so random. Okay, well, do you have a favorite?
Yes, I'm gonna go with.
Wait,
the
did
red
we say
bag.
what the question was?
No, we didn't say the
Oh,
question.
shoot. It says rate Doritos best flavor to worst.
Best flavor, red bag. I don't know what flavor that is, but the red bag flavor. The worst flavor is the.
Wait, is the red bag just like extra cheesy or something?
I don't know. I think it's like.
Is it spicy?
No, it's like a little. No, it's just regular cheese. I think it's cheese, like red. Yeah, just cheese. I think it's just normal. I'm gonna Google it right now. But that red bag Doritos.
For me, I like the purple. Oh, that's that's nacho cheese. That's like the normal ones, right?
Yeah.
You're so bland. I like the purple ones the best. I think they're like sweet and spicy or something.
Oh my god.
As a kid, I really liked the blue ones, the ranch ones, but not really that much anymore.
Let me see. I think I'm gonna go red bag. Ooh, you would love the green bag. They're flaming lemon tortilla.
Yes, those are great.
So I'm gonna go red, blue, green, then purple. Just because you
Wow.
like purple.
So I will just do the opposite of you. Literally.
Wow.
I would go purple, green, red,
Blue.
and blue. Or blue and then red. Yeah, I like the cheese ones the least.
Wow. That-
Okay. Let's go on to the next question. Because neither of us even know the names of any of these. Do you want to read the next question?
Next question. What's a project you've always wanted to be a part of or wanted to do but never got a chance to?
Oh, that's nice.
That's a nice question.
What about you?
Maybe 2 years ago, one of my friends or one of my, people I knew, was supposed to shoot a video for me, and besides shooting the video, he was trying to do a independent mystery murder type of TV show. And
Interesting.
yeah, all I wanted was to be the dead body number one or something. Like, just be like, just be the first person they kill. But he's still working on it. It still hasn't come to fruition, but I know it will. But at that point, I think we'll be in different spots of our lives, and he might find a better dead body than me. So, but I've always wanted to be that dead body for like 2 years. I've wanted to be that dead body. How about you?
Um, this is a really good question. I feel like there's so many ways I could answer this, but I would say I still would really like to one day put out some sort of collection of clothing, even though my mind has changed a lot over the years on how I'd want to do it. But yeah, I think putting out a collection of clothing or doing like actually making all the costumes for some sort of film project would be really really fun, and I would love that.
Yeah, that sounds dope.
I'll read the next one. Would you guys ever live on the road?
Ooh, good question.
This is actually very on the nose question for what me and you have personally been discussing.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
I would live on the road, but it has to like just make sense. Like, I don't want to give up my work flow and live on the road. But maybe if it's a YouTube page where, like, I think I told you this before, where we're like we have a super following. Why not? Let's do it. That way we know we're getting like some type of income and some type of viewing from it.
I think it doesn't even have to be YouTube. If we were able to live and afford our lifestyle without having to, go to our day jobs every day. I mean, I don't work every day. Let's be real. I could probably keep my job and still somewhat live on the road. And by road, we mean like van life. We've been talking a lot about like the idea of could we live in a van? Like would we be able to handle having a more minimum lifestyle? And I honestly do think that both of us would be able to do that because I've been in your room. It's 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 a prison. It's bare bones. There's nothing in there. And then me, I'm always being like super creative with my space, like building walls where there's not walls and just reorganizing stuff to like save 2 centimeters of space. And so I think it would be so creatively stimulating to have to fit your entire house into a van. I think it would be amazing. But it would definitely be figuring out what we could do to support ourselves, without having to go to work every day. Because I feel like if you're going to live in a van, you're going to want to travel some amount of the time. And so, how would we do that? And also, I think it's all timing. I wouldn't want us to quit our jobs tomorrow and do this because honestly, we would be giving up so much if we quit our job. We are like the luckiest people right now. You know what I mean? In comparison to a lot of people. I think we should take advantage of the benefits that we currently have. If you don't know anything about us, and if you're wondering our dynamic right now, because it might be coming across weird. We are in a relationship. We have been together,
Woo,
I think like 8
relationships.
months. And we do both work for airlines. So most people do van life so that they can travel and so they have that freedom. But we already have a lot of freedom as far as traveling and just the ability to go anywhere on a whim. I mean, it's really interesting because as far as like us being in a long distance relationship, um you live in Florida and I live in New York. I never really thought that we were in a long distance relationship, like truly, until this,
Quarantine.
yeah, because I used to see you at least
And
once a week.
yeah,
In the beginning, we didn't see each other as much because we were just starting to date, and we pretty much have always been in a long distance relationship. I moved to New York the day after I met you, pretty much. But you know, the last, I'd say, 6 months before COVID, I seen you every single week. That's how flexible our lifestyle is.
literally, I think from February to well, especially February. February, I felt like I seen you like 10 days, no, like 5 days a week for
Yeah.
the whole month of February. Plus, I saw you in Vegas. Yeah, that was I saw you every
February is
day.
the most. We seen each other probably twice a week, at least every single week for February. But definitely, even I would say the 5 months before that, we were seeing each other once a week at least, or at least it would balance out. Like if I didn't see you for 8 days, then I would see you like for 3 days, you know?
Yeah, literally, there'll be like a little balance. But honestly, I feel like with us, we're doing van life. We would be doing van life to get ahead financially and to invest into more stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like I would be doing it just for like I would be doing it for a couple reasons. One, to save money because I have been like very into finding new ways to save money over the past couple of years, but also for the challenge. Like I feel like it would be so just fun and challenging and just I would like the experience more than anything, but I don't know if I'd want to leave my job because I know I don't want to do what I'm doing now forever, but oh,
It's a
it's
blessing.
yeah, it's like I don't know how long I would want to do this job. And if we were to do a van life, I would want to do it before I have kids as well. So I don't know. It's
Yeah, it's pretty tough trying to find out the where van life fits in, but we could pretty much do, I guess, partial van life. But I really feel like van life would work, or where it would work for the normal people, but we would make it work just because we both are like minimalistic in some ways.
I mean, we could still fly. I mean, you don't fly, but as far as me flying, like if we were both flying, we could both fly and still do van life because you can park the van in the employee parking lot and just leave it and go on trips. It's fine. It's fine.
And then come back.
And then just sleep in that, like never leave the employee. Would they get mad? They'd get mad.
Man, they wouldn't get. They did get mad. I'd be like, "What am I doing wrong? I'm coming to work, but I fly for work." So
When I used to drive to work, when I also lived in Florida, we worked at the same airport, and so we both know about the employee parking lot or whatever. But one time I left my windows down and I went on like a 3-day trip, and security just left a post-it note on my steering wheel that said you left your windows down.
thanks for the help. Thanks, thanks for helping me with that. You didn't have a newspaper you could tape to the window so it don't get wet. Okay, next question.
Okay, you read the next one.
What is a huge life lesson that stuck with you? Ladies first.
That's a hard one. I think I'm gonna go kind of cliche here because I can't really think of one in the moment. Something that has definitely stuck with me is, and I don't remember when I first learned it, but failure is not a negative thing. You need to appreciate the failures in your life and really look into them and, learn from them.
Damn, that's nice. Wow, that was inspirational. Mine is a little bit more. Mine is a little bit more on the negative side. Depending how you look at it. A huge lesson that I learned that stuck with me, like really stuck with me, is don't help people too much, or don't over extend yourself too much for people. Whether it's people you love, whether it's people you know, family, you have to know the limit at which you're willing to go for that loved one. Honestly, I'm the type of person that would like give up an arm. But imagine I give up an arm and the next day I need to drive a stick shift car. I already gave up that arm. I don't know if that made sense, but it made sense in my head. Don't question it. Trace is like, what is he talking about?
And
What's
no,
going
I honestly, I think that's a really good comment and thing to recognize because I think a lot of us do that. And that's something I still struggle with. You know, we have to we need, not in a selfish way, but there is an extent we need to put ourselves first to an extent.
True. By the way, Treasa, are you working on any new projects right now?
I'm currently posting every single day on YouTube. I am clearly Tyrus's slave. And what else? Oh, and Mora, our Wednesdays, is directing a film. We don't know how long it's going to be. It might be a short film, it might be longer, we'll see. But it's about 4 women, and I'm one of the women, and I'm acting in it, and I'm really enjoying it. And I even had to redo my entire room for the set of this film because we are, filming it in our own homes. And I'm super excited about it, and it should be coming out within the next few weeks, I hope.
By the way, if anybody follows Treasa Nuala on Instagram, also go to her YouTube page. Or if you don't follow her on Instagram, check her out on Instagram and her YouTube page because I seen the difference between how her room used to look versus how she switched it up for the set. Crazy. She definitely took it to a whole new level. Once again, crazy in the best way, but definitely took some commitment there. I could not have done that.
Oh, I appreciate that. Is there anything new you're working on?
Oh, I've actually got in the beginning of the year we each set a goal. I think that was our first podcast. We each set a goal, and my goal was basically 25 songs. I think it was 5 videos or 10 videos. I'm not sure, but I'm well on my way to that. I'm at song number 15, I think. And on my release
That's
songs,
awesome.
on my release songs, I have a project coming up that I'm doing with the Miami artist, and so that's just gonna add more to my 25 song list. And I can't wait till you guys hear it. Yes, it's a little bit, adultish, sexual, a little bit, but it's so worth it. Like, just it makes you feel like a breath of fresh air, I guess, because it's just nobody sounds like that. You won't find another sound like that. It just sounds so unique. So I've been told, but I think they might be lying a little bit. Boom.
That's
All right, Trace.
awesome. Okay, so let's go to the next question. And it is, where do you feel like you want to improve? By the way, this is so many questions. Where do you feel like you want to improve?
Yeah, that's a great question. Wow, that's a great question. I want to stop procrastinating. I want to stop denying myself stuff that I need, and I want to be more dedicated to my art.
What do you mean by stop denying yourself stuff that you need?
Like, perfect example. Before this laptop I currently have, I had another laptop. It took me like 3 months to order it. Or was it three? Like 6 weeks? Maybe 2.5 months or 1.5 months.
There's
But
not going to
like,
be a quiz, Rose.
yeah. But it's like I need it for my music. So why not get it? Why wait? Why say, let's save the money for a rainy day? It's like just you want it and you need it and it's gonna positively influence your life. Just go for it.
True.
And I learned that from Treasa. That's the last credit she gets, I promise. She already has music director, cinematographer, director. She already has all this stuff, but that's the last one. From now on, everything is me. How about you,
Perfect.
Tris?
Yeah, stop giving other people credit.
That's why you feel like you need to improve?
No. I feel like definitely procrastination is a huge problem for me. Just motivation in general and like respecting my goals and like what I want to accomplish. I feel like when it comes to other people's stuff, I can push myself so far and, stay up late, wake up early, get the things I need to get done. But then when it comes to my own stuff, I just put it aside a million times and it never really seems to get anywhere, or I'm doing it at the very last minute, like the day before it's due. And I really want to stop doing that. And I also just want to improve my, well-being in general, like get back to maybe meditating, using more affirmations, thinking more positively, and definitely eating better, working out a little bit here and there. Just overall better. My health and my well-being would be amazing.
I wish I could get there too. Honestly, like I think with you with the procrastination thing is you like a challenge because literally, if you don't mind me telling you this story, this video I think you said it earlier. This video was recorded maybe 2 months back, and like it wasn't fully like in its fruition. Like it wasn't so great till today, and I think like we literally did all of that just today.
The majority.
Yeah, just watching you stress, like I saw you stress out a little bit, then you got in your zone, then you pep talk yourself, ate some toast, got in the zone again, and it's like you got it done. Of course, you would have probably liked it better if you got it done like a month ago where you could breathe, but I think you like the rush, the excitement of the it's almost due.
Which is super unhealthy, I feel like. Okay, let's see. Someone else sent another question. What are your weekend hobbies?
Ooh, good job. Besides work, because I like working on the weekend. There's a there's a Drake song called "Working on the Weekends as Usual." Yeah, but like besides work, I like to get out of work, shower, change, and go to like showcases of artists, or sometimes catch a movie with my little sisters, or even
I
like
thought you only do that on Tuesdays.
oh yeah, that's the cheap days. Oh, you know me so well. Tuesdays, AMC, $5 movie tickets. You gotta go. They don't sponsor us yet, but I'm promoting them right now. AMC, every movie, any movie, $5 Tuesdays plus tax.
Is that why you're
But
Tyrus Tuesdays?
oh, you know it. When the theaters open back up, Tires Tuesday is gonna be me sleeping in the theater because I never stay awake in theaters. Literally, unless my little sister is there waking me up every second, sleep, super sleep. But as far as weekends go, I try to force myself to get out there. That's because I know, especially with music, I need to keep like listening to new things and keep having those experiences where I could portray it in my music and then perform it. But that's pretty much it. My weekends just be work, art stuff, and then sleep. How about you?
I feel like similar, and yeah, I don't really have weekends off generally. I mean, sometimes I do, most of the time I feel like I don't when I'm actually working, obviously. I don't think I do anything extra special. Like whenever I have off, I try to meet up with my friends, or if I have a trip where that flies somewhere where my friends are, I try to meet up with them. And I mainly just like to hang out with my friends and, catch up on whatever's going on in our lives. And of course, if there's some sort of art exhibits and whatnot, I do appreciate those, and I'll always appreciate a good movie. But I feel like I watch movies at home more than anything lately.
Yeah, true. Also, Trace's guilty pleasure, not even guilty, but like Trace's thing that she likes on the weekends is watching a good Macbeth play. Like, if you know anything about Trace, Macbeth.
Yeah. Everyone's gonna believe that, babe. Everyone.
Okay, maybe Macbeth is my thing. Don't judge me. You've never seen it. If you've seen it and you didn't like it, you didn't see a good rendition of it.
Which I'm so disappointed because I had the best birthday present for you humanly possible. And I feel like there's no no point in getting it now because who knows when we're going to be able to go there. But like, there's just nothing better than this gift. The idea of watching Macbeth while walking through a house and being able to follow every single character.
Wow.
And see their version of Macbeth like told through that specific character.
This is my
I feel
first
like
time
could be
hearing this.
so cool. And it takes place in a hotel in New York City. And I had told you about it before, but I really wanted to get that for your birthday because the tickets are not cheap, people. Like for my standards of what I would consider expensive, they're more expensive than like most. I feel like they're more expensive than most Broadway shows.
If
They're
it's
like
over
closer to
$40,
$200. But I mean, for that experience, like you love Macbeth so much. And that is such a unique experience as far as plays go.
honestly, yeah.
I wish I could remember what it's called.
Trust me, I'll Google it by tonight.
Yeah, but I mean to share with everybody else.
Oh, look it up. But while you're looking it up,
oh, I think no, that can't be.
You're
What
talking
it's
about this
called.
quarantine stuff, or like how we might not be able to go there due to the quarantine. What have you been up to during this quarantine?
Oh, it's called Sleep No More.
Sleep No More.
Sleep No More. It's a play that takes place inside a hotel in New York City, and it's called Sleep No More Hotel.
I hope quarantine's over by the time I'm ready to go.
Well, as far as quarantine goes, I've basically just been trying to be as productive as possible.
Yeah, honestly, you've been super productive. You've been posting every day, going live, and editing my music videos. Honestly, you've been more productive than me, and I've been pretty productive. Wow.
I feel like we've both been equally productive. I mean, you have still been somehow making it work, going to the studio, even though I would not really recommend.
She is the biggest rule follower I've ever seen. The studio is safe.
Yeah, so actually that we might go to that because it reopens at this moment. It looks like it's going to reopen in June.
Perfect. Okay, this next question that somebody asked, I want to hear your answer on this one. You ready?
Yes.
What are your top three guilty pleasure movies? You gotta say which one and you gotta say why, and then move on to the next one.
Wow. I feel like we should go back and forth because it's going to be hard to just think of three right on the spot. I'm a person that I have a lot of things that I really, really love, but it's hard for me to remember, like, in the moment what their titles are and stuff. So, what's your first one?
I want nobody to judge me.
And don't lie.
I want nobody to judge me once I say what I'm about to say. There's a movie called, before I tell you the movie.
If you say, I will die. If you say Baby Genius, I will die.
There's a movie
this
called...
This podcast is over.
Okay, I'll save it for my last one then. Fine, I don't want the podcast to be over yet. But my brother, my sisters, my mom and I, we like Chinese movies, old Chinese movies. Like, we know it's completely fake, but we love every aspect of it. There's this movie called Shaolin Soccer. If you've never seen it, the concept is crazy. They break way too much rules for soccer matches. They just break all laws of soccer. But it is the best. Literally, I think we watch it once every year around the same time, all together. Like, I don't know what happens, but it's always I'm watching it in my room or somebody's watching it in the living room, and we all gravitate. Like, is that Shaolin Soccer? Well, that's my favorite part. And we all just gravitate toward it. And I think we like the movie because it's like silly, not just silly, but like entertaining, and it brings us all together more than we actually like the concepts of the movie or the ideas behind the movies.
Oh, well, that's nice.
How about you?
I think romance movies are definitely a guilty pleasure of mine. But I would say P.S. I Love You. It's a bit cheesy, but it's the most drastically different film adaptation from like a book that I've ever seen. If you read the book and you read them and you watch the movie, they're very different. They take place in different countries. The characters have different like family dynamics, and even the nationality of the characters is different. There's a huge shift in like the story by watching the film, and I really appreciate that. I know that's a controversial statement because most people feel like film adaptations should be identical to the book, but I don't feel that way. I feel like I've seen an interview by the author, Cecilia Ahern, and she said that she gave complete creative freedom to the director to tell the story they wanted to tell after reading her book. And they truly did that, and I felt like it was a better movie for it. And I absolutely love the book, but I feel like the movie is it's just so easy to watch, and it's so lovely. So it's a good cry movie.
Now I know I was holding it back earlier, but guilt trip movie or guilty
Guilty.
pleasure movie, Baby Genius. Oh,
Why?
don't question it.
I don't
Just
think you've seen enough movies.
I still a lot of movies, but why not Baby Genius? Let me tell you something. Cute cuddly babies.
Ew.
All moms love babies. So
You're
my
not a
mom,
mom, and neither am I.
my mom saw
He's
that
such
movie.
a mama's boy. Like that's the bottom line here.
My mom saw this movie, then she played it back for us to watch it. We all watched it. I don't know whether it was the babies, the BS dinosaurs, the theory of babies having a different language, or the adults losing. But I was like, I'm still to this day, we'll try to watch it. Like tonight, I might actually watch it. It's just like, come on, don't you want to see some babies waddle and kick ass? Yes, you do. Think about it.
I'm thinking about it, and I cannot.
Come on. Have you
All
ever
right, we're
watched it?
moving on to the next one because I cannot deal with you. Okay, so that's his second one. My second one is going to have to be, and I'm just throwing ones out there that I can even remember right now, but I truly love this movie, and I feel like most people wouldn't give it a chance because it's a Tom Green movie, but he's hilarious, and this movie makes me die laughing even if I just see a clip of it. I think it's so funny. Freddie Got Fingered. I know the title is a bit much,
So
but
why?
it's so funny.
So you ridicule my Baby Genius 1 and 2 and 3. You got Freddie Got Finger as your list. Come on.
But you've never seen this movie.
Have you ever seen all 3 Baby Geniuses?
I hope not. I mean,
Me-
honestly, probably because they're old and I remember when they came out. No, I probably only seen the first two, maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
The third one, it gets even more cool. They have
Oh my
leather.
God.
They have little bicycles. Or motorcycles. But continue on why Freddie Got Finger is one of your guilty trips or guilty movie pleasures.
It just makes me laugh. There's nothing really more to that. Like, look up the deer scene from Freddy Got Fingered. If you've never seen the movie, just go to YouTube and type in deer scene Freddy Got Fingered. You will be falling off your chair laughing. It is hilarious.
Did you show me that?
Yeah, I showed you that. It's so funny.
Guys, Treasa's sense of funny is Treasa's sense of funny.
What?
That scene. Please just go to YouTube, type in Dear Scene or Dear Scene, Freddy Got Fingered, and then come back to our Walking Produce page and let us know if that was funny, disturbing, or both.
Okay, now do you have a third one?
Of course, I have a third one. I'm going with Click.
No.
Yeah.
No, there's no way.
If not Click, then I'm going to White Chicks. But Click.
What? Let's hold it at Click. You said Click, that's your third. Why? It's one of the most boring Adam Sandler movies there is. And honestly, that's saying a lot.
First, Adam Sandler movies are all boring to me. Not all of them, but...
Then why would you pick one as your guilty pleasure?
There's a scene... Is it Click? Oh, no. I'm not thinking about Click. I'm thinking about the movie with Will Smith where he has to teach the guy... Hitch. I'm thinking about Hitch.
Hitch. Okay, those are very different things.
They both have a C somewhere in there.
Okay.
And an I. But that's where Will Smith has to teach that guy or try to like show the guy how to get the girl, but the girl falls in love with the real version of the guy.
Mm-hmm.
But between the allergic reaction, the dance, just go to YouTube and click Hitch dance scene, and you'll understand the whole movie. But that movie really like in a rom-com type of way shed the light and like just you could be you and still get the girl.
Oh, it's sweet.
But also it's the funniest movie you'll ever see. Please go watch it.
I'm sure most people have seen Hitch. It's much better than Click, in my
Yeah.
personal opinion, not to offend anybody.
Don't worry about that.
But my third choice is going to be, this is so hard. Like, I just hate thinking of things on the spot. Wait, I had one on the, I'm just gonna say one of my favorite movies because I feel like most people wouldn't give this movie a chance and actually watch it. It's more like a B-rated movie. It's like lower budget. I honestly am a huge fan of indie movies and even just like made for TV movies. I'm not against
Yeah.
them. So, Jane Austen's book club, I don't know if it was made for TV movie or what it is because it's definitely lower budget. But yeah, it's a great movie and I have always loved it. I literally had it on DVD. That's
No
how much I love
way.
it, and I've seen it a million times. And it's just such a good balance of characters. It's like a group of women, it's a book club. But it just, how their lives start to intertwine and all that stuff. And it's just a good feels movie. So that's my number 3.
I've never watched that movie.
You should watch it.
Mm,
But also, like, it's a little hard to come by. I think you have to rent it.
you'll have to tie me down to force me to watch that movie.
Why? It's not even bad. Okay, let's go to. Honestly, let's skip that next question.
You have to think on the spot again. I also feel like we already spoke about the next question, and now we're at the mindset question.
Oh, I feel
I,
like we skipped 2 questions.
yeah, we skipped the one you didn't like and the one that talked about failure, but we already spoke about failure.
Okay, cool. So you typed in, not to like blame you, but kind of blame you. Like you typed in this questionnaire really weird. You said like, what should we speak about? So then some people didn't word their things as questions. This person just wrote mindset.
I guess they mean like, what's your mindset going forward in life?
Well, no, he meant that he wanted us to make a podcast about mindset because that's what you typed in. But you know, but that's
Not
okay.
Not to say who to blame, Treasa.
No, did I make the questionnaire? No.
Not to say who to blame, Monday, Treasa.
So do you
But
have any comments on mindset?
yes, it is everything.
True. I completely agree.
Everybody else, literally, I've seen it in my own life. I see artists that are a little bit lower than me or way higher than me, and the difference is always mindset. I may have like literally this artist that has like 10 times more videos than me, but their mindset is not there to push it. Their mindset is not there to understand the next step. And so like I'm just using mindset in my creative aspect, but mindset can apply to any aspect of life. But it's just how quick can you process information and act on it?
And what is your point of view? Are you a glass half full, glass half empty?
I'm a glass has water type of guy. Half full, half empty. I don't have a ruler. I can't exact that. I can't be like it's completely full or completely half empty. But as long as the glass is water and everybody sees it, that's all I care about.
You need everyone to see that there's water in it. You don't want anyone to be concerned.
Yeah, I just need like everybody to acknowledge that there's water in the glass, the proverbial glass. Because honestly, most times in life, people will say it's half empty just because you said it's half full.
Right.
Just have something to fight about. So
True.
I just completely knock it down. How about you? Are you more on the positive side, negative side?
I
What's your
try
thought
very
process?
hard to be on the positive side. But I think a really good, I don't know if I told you this, but I feel like a really good example of this happened to me the other day when I put up a vlog on my YouTube channel. And when I was editing it, I realized that, and this happened, like the vlog I was editing was from the beginning of March. So really, really old. And I remember this day very clearly because I vlogged the whole day. So I rewatched it all. But I remember my mindset like in that day, and it wasn't a bad day at all. Actually, I remember being really happy like the entire day. But watching the day back, it was not a good day at all. So many things went wrong. My toilet kept messing up. Like literally exploded. Like water was shooting out everywhere, and like what you don't see in the vlog, it's like actually really dialed down in the vlog because I didn't actually film it. But I've talked about it in my live streams before that like the hose for the back of the toilet would shoot out and like spray me like literally in the face sometimes. And it was happening a lot at that time. And then as well, like I dropped my boiling glass of tea all over the living room rug and couch.
I remember that day.
And it was like cleaning it all up. And then also I live streamed that day and I forgot to plug in my computer and it died halfway through the live stream. So I had to do 2 live streams. Like I had to start all over again. And yet I ended that day on a super upbeat, positive note. And I just thought that was super interesting. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I was very impressed by my ability to find the good in that day.
Yeah, honestly, you have like a 90% like good day ratio out of everybody, out of every day. Wow, it took me hard. That was hard for me to say. Basically, you're very much always positive. It's great when you know you have to overcome so much or you have to work at things or you just have no other choice but to believe it. It's just sometimes it drains, you know.
It's true.
Honestly, this next statement.
Okay, I wanted to know if you know what the heck is going on with this because I'm confused. And maybe I'm just not smart enough.
I know what it says, but it's just like, why word it like that? Like, why word it? All right, I'll read it to you guys just to hear how she worded it.
But also, let's not falter because I think this is again similar to the idea of just putting in mindset. They thought they were supposed to come up with an idea for the entire podcast, not a question.
True.
So she didn't word it as a question, but go ahead, you can read it.
All right, Carla.Jean wrote, scientific inquiry, no matter how innocent, can lead to devastation. That's not even like what we should speak about. That's just a statement.
That's just a statement. Like, I don't know what to say. 2 words or 3 words above my head. I don't know.
I guess you're trying to say like when you go in search of an answer scientifically, there's no such thing as.
I think it means have faith.
Yeah, I think it means there's no such thing as guaranteed success. It might all end up blowing up in your face. You just gotta take it in with stride, I guess.
Is she saying she doesn't like our channel?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, she's saying have faith and don't try to inquire.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna read it one more time. It's up to the readers to decide what she's saying, or the listeners, because above both our heads. Scientific inquiries, no matter how innocent, can lead to devastation. Like, what does that mean? Are you forecasting something?
I think she's just messing with us.
Are you telling us the future?
I think she's mad that you're borrowing her computer right now.
Yeah, she's like, okay, let's throw a monkey wrench in their stuff.
But that was a really lengthy question and answer. Like that was great. So do you have any kind of like last thoughts before we sum this whole thing up?
Okay, just to sum it up. One of my greatest videos are coming out pretty soon.
Monday.
Monday. Treasa did all the recording, editing, blah, blah, blah work. Can't wait to watch it. Also, whoever watches Treasa on her lives, right? Please, next time, explain to her the difference between shorts and thigh highs in the comments. Thank you so much, guys. And it's been great. She's holding in her breath right now because she literally want to explode every time I say thigh highs. But thigh highs. My name is Tyrus. I am Tuesday of the Walking Produce Instagram, and I'm with Treasa. She is Monday of the Walking Produce Instagram and YouTube page. We post every day, Monday through Thursday, weekends, of course, included. And we're basically just going to keep going until we see where this leads us.
That was great. That was very, very, very thorough. So thank you guys for joining us for basically a really long question and answer because I feel like that was the majority of the podcast, but it was really interesting. So thank you so much for actually interacting with us and sending in some questions. And we will be back next week for another episode of Walking Produce or Weekend Updates with Walking Produce. Bye, guys.
From Friday and Saturday and Sunday, it's a week.